Have you ever heard the story of the epic battle between the Archangel Michael and the devil? Deck. This is a story that has excited believers for centuries, and at its heart lies a mystery that has not yet been fully deciphered. This story is directly related to the body of Moses, the great prophet and leader of the children of Israel, and the fierce struggle between Michael and Satan for his burial place. Although the details of this event are shrouded in mystery, its consequences have left a deep explanation and excited researchers and believers for generations. Join us as we explore the exciting story of the battle between Michael and Satan for Moses' body, deciphering the secrets and wisdom contained in the story of the dispute Michael had over Moses' body is found in the Book of Judah, a short letter written by a follower of Jesus to a group of believers in the early church. The letter contains warnings about false teachers and encourages believers to stick to the truth. Judas at 9-1 writes as follows. He briefly mentions an event that does not occur anywhere else in the Bible as follows. Michael and the devil argue about the body of Moses, but the archangel Michael argues with the devil about the body of Moses, because he did not dare to pass a blasphemous judgment against him, and said, God bless you. Despite the brevity of the passage, this event has attracted the attention of believers for centuries. And many people have tried to reveal the meaning and importance of this. He is quite an important figure in the context surrounding him, as he sheds light on Michael's character and role as an archangel. In addition, the story of the death of Moses and the place where he was buried has a separate significance, as it emphasizes the importance of honoring God and not idealizing the holy places. The discussion about the body of Moses. The brief mention of the incident led to a lot of speculation among believers about what really happened. Deck. Some suggest that Satan wants to turn the place where Musa was buried into a temple, which will lead the children of Israel to idolatry. This theory is supported by the fact that there are numerous examples of the children of Israel worshipping idols in the Old Verse, and the importance of avoiding such behavior is constantly emphasized throughout the narratives in the Bible. Another theory is that Satan wants to prevent the proper burial and honoring of Moses' body, which would be a way to tarnish Moses' honor and undermine the faith of the children of Israel. This theory is also supported by the fact that it is very important throughout the Bible that the dead are properly buried and honored, regardless of the exact cause of the dispute. The passage clearly reveals that Michael and Satan are engaged in a fierce spiritual battle for the body of the great prophet and leader of the children of Israel. This war emphasizes the reality of spiritual warfare and the importance of believers standing firm against enemy attacks. Honoring history and not allowing holy places or objects to become idols. However, as we have seen and learned from the sacred narratives, the children of Israel were quite prone to idol worship. Although we can never fully know the exact extent of what happened during this event, the consequences are profound, and as we can see, it can be a gateway to broader meanings, such as faith and spiritual warfare, which are the main themes throughout the Bible. Michael, and I want to remind you that you can support us by subscribing to the channel as we continue to explore Satan's struggle over the body of Moses. Precious friends, subscribe. Share our videos. Be sure to turn on your notification bell so that you can follow the new videos instantly and closely. The history of the dispute also sheds light on the importance and role of Michael as an archangel. In the Bible, Michael is depicted as a powerful warrior angel who fights against evil and protects God's people. In the book of Daniel he is described as the Prince of Israel, and in Revelation chapter 7 through 9 of the Bible, He is shown as the leader of the heavenly armies against the forces of Satan. There was war in heaven. Michael and his angels went out to fight against the dragon. And he fought with the dragon angels. But they could not prevail, and no place was found for them in heaven. And the great serpent demon and that ancient serpent called Satan, who deceived the whole universe, were thrown to the ground. He was thrown to the earth. He and his angels have been thrown with him, but despite his great power and authority, Michael does not dare to act alone. We see that at 9-1 he submitted to God's authority and simply told the devil that the Lord is rebuking you. God ensured that what was necessary was done even in the midst of a fierce battle. This obedience can be an important lesson for believers today. It reminds them that even when faced with trials and spiritual battles, they should rely not on their own abilities, but on the power and guidance of God. Also, the situation may seem difficult or counterintuitive. The death of Moses reminds of the importance of humility and submission to the authority of God. It is an important event in the Bible, not only for the children of Israel, but also because it was directly related to the dispute over his body. According to Deuteronomy 34, Moses died at the age of 120, shortly after God showed him the promise. Although he was not allowed to enter the promised land, he was able to see it from a distance before he died. And then Moses went from the fields of Luz to Mount Nebo, to the peak of Pashkak opposite area. And until the Lord gives him a calf he showed his whole country, his whole country, his whole country, and the whole Jewish country up to the western sea. And according to the word of the Lord, our servant of the Lord died there in the land. God personally buries Moses in an unknown place, and Michael and the devil start an argument over his body. This shows that Moses was highly respected and honored even in death, and that his burial was of great importance to the people of Israel. Prophet Moses is a very important prophet not only of the people of Israel, but also of the Islamic geography. He was also a good servant and a messenger of God. His life and teachings are central to the faith of both Jews and Christians. And its legacy has been in existence for thousands of years. When we think about the story of the death of Prophet Moses and the discussion about his body, we are reminded of the importance of honoring and respecting those who came before us. The story seems to remind us of the power of spiritual struggle and the need to remain steadfast in our principles even in the face of opposition and difficulty. One of the most interesting aspects of the narrative about the death of Moses is the mystery surrounding the place of his burial. According to Deuteronomy 6, God personally buried Moses in an unknown place, and to this day no one knows where his burial place is, and the Lord buried him in the valley opposite in the land of Luz. And to this day, no one knows where his grave is. At first glance, this secret may seem confusing. However, it actually serves an important purpose. If the place where Moses was buried is known, it will also be possible for people to turn this place into a temple or place of worship, potentially leading to idolatry and the worship of Moses. Michael, as the spiritual leader of the believers, was aware of this. He fought this danger and to keep the place of burial a secret. This symbolizes a hidden lesson about the importance of protecting spiritual practices and beliefs and the need to remain vigilant against the influence of false idols and other forms of spiritual deception. It emphasizes the importance of honor and respect for the deceased surrounding the place of burial. By keeping this place secret, God also ensured that the legacy of Moses would not be tarnished with respect. But he needed to be remembered for his teachings and leadership. The Archangel, Michael. One of the most remarkable aspects of Michael's character is his complete surrender to God. Throughout the Bible, it has been shown that he completely obeys God's will. never dares to act or speak on his own authority. This humility and obedience should be seen as a strong example for believers to follow in their lives. The theme of submission is echoed throughout the Bible, with numerous passages emphasizing the importance of surrendering to the will of God. In the chapter of James to believers, obey God. Resist the demon. It has been said that he will flee from you. This passage emphasizes the connection between obedience to God and victory over evil, decrying once again the importance of humility and obedience in the search for spiritual truth. Submission to the authority of God. The Daniel episode calls him Mikayil, the protector of the people at 21. The archangel is represented as a warrior angel. He is depicted as a powerful being who confronts evil spirits and tribes. Although he is an archangel in Mikayil's case and able to fight evil with his own strength, he chooses to speak on behalf of the Lord and leaves all condemnation to God. This shows that even the most powerful beings in the spiritual realm accept the need to obey God. The example of Archangel Mikayil reminds that submitting to God's authority does not eliminate one's own power, purpose, or value. On the contrary, it allows a person to act in the full sense of his power and live according to his will. The most interesting fact is that the discussion about the body of Moses and the role of the Archangel Mikayil carries all these messages and meanings that I am trying to explain, consisting of only a few words in the story, is actually quite open to interpretation in this short passage. A single sentence that has served for centuries is a powerful lesson in submission to God's authority. Mikayil's example teaches believers that even the most powerful beings in the spiritual realm are subject to God's will, and believers should follow their example, while also showing that all and everything can be defeated in the name of God. The Bible is a book that contains many secret and encrypted messages subject to different interpretations. Perhaps the most fascinating thing about such writings or verses is that sometimes even just one line can be very powerful. It can carry one of the most important and life-changing messages of the person who believes. So what are Mikayil's duties? Have you ever wondered? Let's try to take a brief look at it. To provide sustenance for all living beings on earth by sending rain. Idea. Hazrat Mikayil arranges all the events that we witness in nature every day, such as seasons, rains, sunrise and sunset. 3. Although it is thought that the only task of the Prophet Mikayil is to regulate natural phenomena, it is stated that he also performs other tasks both in the Holy Quran and in the Hadiths. The Prophet Mikayil was an angel who brought revelation to our Lord together with Gabriel. For this reason, the Prophet used to mention the names of both of them after night prayers and pray for them. According to Christianity, the 4 Christians are Mikayil, the largest and most powerful angel with superior qualities. He is responsible for the order of the entire universe. 5. In some sources, it is written that Hazrat Mikayil will protect the tablet until the day of judgment together with Israfil.